Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another one. Let's get straight into it. Functional programming. I don't know why functional programming reminds me of like functional training and the whole debate around what actually is functional, but let's see what this is saying. Functional programming is an approach to software development. In functional programming, developers organize code into smaller functions, then combine those functions to build complex programs. In the spreadsheet application project, you'll learn about parsing and evaluating mathematical expressions, implementing spreadsheet functions, handling cell references, and creating interactive web interfaces. You'll learn how to dynamically update the page based on user input. And you use stuff like the map, find, parse int, and includes. Sounds intimidating, I can't even lie, but sounds is also like getting into the nitty gritty of stuff, so I'll start with a step. Let's take that first one. Okay, so just be building like a legit spreadsheet. Cool. Start coding. Okay. So your project starts with a basic HTML container and some corresponding CSS. Your first task will be to programmatically generate the cells for your spreadsheet. The global window object represents the browser window or tab. It has an onload property which allows you to define behavior when the window has loaded the entire page, including style sheets and scripts. Start by setting the onload property of the window to an hour function with no parameters. In the function, declare a container variable and assign it the value of getting the elements by the ID of container. Okay, so we've got container here. So we've got, sorry, I want to see what's there. So there's effectively nothing. There's some styling for the container and some styling for a label. So for a label class, and then the elements with the ID container. And we've just got an ID container here and effectively nothing else. Cool. So we're really getting into like the weeds with this one. So window object. Let's see. I think one thing I failed to do in the last project was like get a fundamental understanding of things. So I'm going to take my time with this one, especially as I think it's going to go into a bit more complex things, you know, and really try and understand it from the ground up. So I'm just looking up the global object here. Okay, interesting. Okay, so for window object. Oh no, I'm looking for unload. Okay, so cool. I want to get an understanding of this. Object to unload is equal to function. So this is what I'm going to be doing in JavaScript. So let's see. The object will be window. Unload is equal to the function. They want an hour function that takes no parameters, but we've got const container is equal to document dot Get element by ID. Because I know there is an ID class container, figured I might as well just use this one. It'll be interesting to check out whether or not there are like significant differences between query selectors and elements by ID. I imagine element by ID is just going to be quicker because it's going straight to IDs, whereas query selector is going to sort of go through everything. I don't know, that's speculation, but let's see. Element with the ID container. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, because I'm using get element by ID, I don't need a hashtag. Yeah, cool. Declare a nested create label. Okay, so cool. Functions are ideal for reusable logic. When a function itself needs to reuse logic, you can declare a nested function to handle that logic. Here's an example of nested function. Outer, boom, that's cool. Declare a nested create label function using arrow syntax. This should take the name parameter. Create label. The function within a function. I guess this function is only relevant to the function within which it is being defined. It takes the name parameter. I'm going to get my little advert soon. Where the document object has a create element method that allows you to dynamically create new HTML elements in your create label function. Declare a label variable and assign it a new div element. Oh, okay. So fonts label is equal to I feel like I need to use this if I'm going to do that. Yeah, cool. So document dot create element div. Cool. I start using the control enter more. And a message from FreeCodeCamp. Oh, it's good to become a sponsor. Remove distractions. Help you reach your goals faster because you no longer have this message. And help millions of people learn. Something I should be doing. I will. But yeah, there's no option. It's either you become or we're going to ask you again. So there you go. Set the class name of the label element to label and set the text content to the name parameter. So here I can then say can I say label dot class name is equal to I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. I don't think this is the way to do it. So I want to say just set class name. Oh, I can. Oh, okay, I can just do that. Cool. And set label dot text content equal to name. Well, I could do that. Append child method to add your label to the container element. Okay. container.append child or is it label.append child? I'm not entirely sure. Well, we can always check. So is it? Okay, cool. Pretty glad that worked, actually. We need a function to generate a range of numbers. Declare an empty range function which takes a start and end parameter. Use the array constructor and implicitly return an array. I've forgotten what an array constructor is altogether. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Okay, so let's say so implicitly returning, I'm not going to use the curly brackets. I'm going to say can I just say new array? Empty array, so well, not mule. Okay, we don't need new. Okay, so we didn't need new. Well, we're going to create a new array with this function start and end. Alright, that's interesting. Your array will need to be the size of the range. You can calculate this by finding the difference between end and start and adding 1 to result plus this calculation as an argument for your array constructor. Cool. Makes sense. Don't tell me he just wants that. Yeah, I think it's commutative, but okay, cool. This makes sense. So that gives us a number of elements within the array, and this way we can define an array without having to have that at the start. Okay, which is cool, which is useful. Has a .fill method which can be used to fill an array with a value. You can use this .fill to with a start. You can use this to fill your array with the start value. Chain the .fill method and pass in start. Okay, so .fill. That's cool. This is cool. Range function returns an array with the correct length, but all of the values are the value of start. To fix this, chain the map method to your fill method. Map method callback which takes element and index as parameters and returns the sum of those parameters. Interesting. So the map will have a callback which implicitly returns something. It'll take an element, index, and implicitly return element plus index. I bet they changed it to L. Okay, they kept it. Cool. Now that you have a range function, you can use it to create a range of letters as well. Declare char range. Actually, I think I'm going to end it here. I feel like it's a good place to just round up. And I can go and do some daddy duties as well. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Looks like you can. But yeah, steps 1 to 9. I'm really going to take my time with this one. I really think it's important to understand it from the get-go. Like thus far, again, we've been sort of just solving problems, but with the functional programming, I think this is what you'd be building stuff with. So I'm going to take my time with this one. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up, for giving this a watch.